Okay, so we've got our first version of Guess My Number, but there are a few problems with this, or things that I want to improve. First off, do you see this line here? Computer's number equals randint 1 to 100. What I've done here is I've hardwired in the numbers that it's going to guess to. Be much better to have variables so that I could actually change the game later if I wanted to. Another thing that I made a mistake with is I really should have all my variables up front. It's just good practice to put all your variables together. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put in computer's number, and I'm going to set that to 0. And I'm going to say human's guess, and I'm going to set that to 0. I'm also going to have low, and I'm going to set that to 1, and high equals to 100. So the reason I'm going to do that is I'm now going to change this down here from 1 to 100 to low to high. And I'm going to change this too, print. I have a number in mind between, and I'm going to put a end of quote there, this, low, comma, and, comma, high. And then comma, there. All right, so what I've done here, even though it looks more complicated, what I've got is I've got this print statement that allows me to change the variable. So if I want to change it from 1 to 100 or whatever, I can change that. I'm also going to get rid of this here because I put my variables up higher. While human's guess is less than or equal to computer's number, the other improvement I want to make is I want to see how many guesses it takes the person. So I'm going to say guess count equals 0. And now every time a guess is made, I'm going to increase guess count. So here is where the guess is being made, right? So I'm going to change this to guess count equals guess count plus 1. And human guess, blah, blah, blah. Congratulations, you guessed the number. And I'm going to change this down here. And it only took you guess count guesses. All right, so let's see if that's going to work. I'm going to save my work. File, save. And now let's run our new program and see if it's better than the last one. I'm trying to make it better each time, just a little bit better. Iterative improvement. So I'm going to go ahead and run my module. I have a number between 1 and 100. Keep guessing, so I'm going to say it's 23, too high, 10, too low, 67, too high, and 17. It's nice to keep this printing out the answer so that I can test my code. I can always get rid of that line later. So my guess is 17. And congratulations, you guessed the number. It only took you 4 guesses. 1, 2, 3, 4 guesses. That's awesome. Okay, much better. Now let's make one more improvement to my game, which is let's see if the user wants to play again. So now we're going to have another while statement. Okay? We're going to do another variable, and the variable is going to be yes, no. And I'm going to set it equal to yes. All right? And here's my new while statement. While yes, no equals yes, then we're going to do all of this stuff, and then we're going to do something at the very end. This will be kind of cool. I'm so excited about this. So what I need to do is I'm going to put everything here that was essentially my program before, and I'm going to indent it one more. So let's say format indent region. So now it's part of this while statement. And at the very end, when the person has guessed, I'm going to say yes, no equals input. Would you like to play again? Yes, comma, no. All right. And let's see what this thing does, this program now. So the idea is that we now have it's called a nested while statement. We have this while statement, and it's within this larger while statement, okay? And if we ever leave this big while statement, it means they wanted to exit the game entirely. So we'll have a new print statement saying, thanks for playing, guess my number. All right, let's see how this whole thing works. I'm going to save it. So I said file, save, and now I'm going to run it. Move it over so you can see how it works. Run. Invalid syntax. Ooh, I love it. Okay, I made a mistake. While yes, no equals y. When you're doing a conditional equal statement, it has to be two equals. And notice that it actually highlighted what the problem was. So it has to be equals equals y. So now I'm going to save it again. File, save, run. I have a number between 1 and 100. What is your guess? It is 1, too low, 56, too high, 33. Congratulations, you guessed the number. It only took you 3 guesses. Would you like to play again? Yes. Congratulations, you guessed the number. It only took you 3 guesses. Would you like to play again? Yes. I know why it's doing this every time, but clearly there's a bug in my logic. So what's happening? The problem is that even though it gets to this, it needs to actually reset the guess. So it needs to reset the guess to 0. Humans guess equals 0. And I need to come in with a new computer guess. So the computer's number, copy this, computer's number has to have a new guess as well. So this resets the human's guess and it resets the computer's number. And now it's going to work. So I'm going to save it. File, save. Run. I have a number between 1 and 100. What's your guess? 1, too low, 45, too low, 78. Just right. Took you only 3 guesses. Yes, I'd like to play again. Okay, what's your guess? 23, too low, 45, too low, 67, too high, 54, too low, 60, too high, 58. You guessed, and it only took you 9 guesses. Would you like to play again? So it's gonna, and finally I'm going to say no, I don't want to play again. And thanks for playing Guess My Number. All right, that is version 2. There are still some things I'd like to improve, but for now, that is good enough for version 2.